going to test it again. Hopefully it's not coming in too hot now. One more time, testing for microphone number 2. Testing, 1, 2, 3, mic 2. And a check for mic number 1. Check for mic number 1, number 2. Checking again, mic number 1, check 1, 2. Check mic 1, check mic 2, check mic 1, check mic 2. Check 1, check 2, check 1, check 2. 3 minutes to go here at Baker Gymnasium until we kick off our JV contest for this evening between the Taylorville Tornadoes and the Charleston Trojans.
Welcome those of you that are viewing the game tonight at Baker Gymnasium on YouTube through our live stream. We have tonight's JV game featuring the Tornadoes from Taylorville playing our Charleston Trojans. Starting lineups for tonight, first for the visiting Taylorville Tornadoes. We have a Will Bitchnauer. He is a guard, a sophomore listed at 5'10". Jake McConnell, a guard, freshman listed at 5'8". Carter Thomas, guard, a sophomore listed at 5'11". Miles Clayton, a sophomore listed at 5 feet 8 inches. And Will Turvey, a guard, a sophomore listed at 5 feet 9. Starters for the Trojans, we have number 1, Charlie Spoonhour, 5'7", freshman. Number 5, Grady Smitley, a 5' 9 inch junior. Number 13, Brett Spohr, a 5' 9 inch freshman. Luke Landris, number 22, a 5' 11 inch freshman. And Langdon King, number 31, a 6 foot freshman.
And what we just saw there is our COVID rules to begin a basketball game. We begin with the visitors taking the ball out. There are no tip-offs this season.
Taylorville, a three-point attempt from the corner. We have number 0. That's
Landers
no
to
good.
Smitley. Smitley for 3, no good. Landers pulls up the board and puts in a layup. First score of the game here at Baker Gymnasium.
Charleston with the full court press and the 1-2-2. Taylorville breaks it. They get the ball to the center, but it is a turnover, but it's quickly pushed out of bounds off the hands of Spohr. So we'll stay down here, Taylorville ball.
Three attempt is good. Taylorville number 0. That is going to be Clayton. Landers has the ball. He's going to drive. Kick it out to Spoonhour. He drives and back out to Spohr. Out to King. Bobbles it and it's out of bounds. Tornadoes ball.
Charleston back in their three-quarter court. Taylorville inbounds the ball. Going.
Three attempt no good there for Taylorville. Landers falls. is able to recover.
Spoor dribbles the ball out top, out across to Landrus. Landrus spots the long three, no good. Air ball out of bounds, Taylorville.
And you know, Aaron, this is a really important game here. If Coach Harpster is able to be victorious here with our JV squad, it will be his 450th basketball win as a head coach of a team.
Yeah, Randy's been a coach in this community now for a number of years, first at the Charleston Middle School level, where he is a Hall of Fame.
Spoonhour for three
Oh,
there.
nice shot from the top of the key. Yeah, Randy's an Illinois Basketball Coaches Association Hall of Fame coach, going for his 450th win tonight. Had a very lengthy career at Charleston Middle School, where he did win a state championship, and now has been a part here of the Charleston High School basketball program for the last several years.
And he's a cross-program coach. He's led our boys golf team to a state championship as well.
Landrus.
For three, no good. Recovered by Spoor. Oh, man. We forgot to have him take the lids off the bucket.
I blame the athletic director.
Probably. That guy's a dinosaur.
Taylorville for three from the top of the key. That's number 14.
Bates.
Carter Thomas. Smitley, three from the wing.
Steps out of bounds, trying to recover. Charleston ball. And what we're going to have here is the 90-second administrative timeout, part of our COVID guidelines for the year. We will switch basketballs at this time as well.
So this COVID timeout is something, Derek, that obviously is utilized this year to provide a mask break and then potentially, a water break and any other things that might be associated with it. I can tell you as a former coach, it'd be something that you would definitely utilize. And it looks like both coaches and all the games we witnessed this year have treated it as a timeout. But also it does break up the play of the game. And as I watch, pro level and college level games, the instant replay is a nice thing because they get the call right. But sometimes that does break the momentum of the game, and this also here in an event like this does play an impact too.
I agree, and I've had conversations with many visiting assistant coaches here, as they are expected to keep track of timeouts, and they find themselves struggling to do so because they've got extra timeouts that they didn't call, and they know the other team didn't call, and they're like, wait, have I used three? Have I used one? They just can't. It's a struggle because they've had more timeouts than they're used to.
Yeah, that's when a bench chart becomes really important. I know one of my responsibilities when I was on a varsity staff as an assistant coach when I was an undergrad was keeping that bench chart, which had fouls and timeouts. So definitely important this year whenever it'd be easy to lose track of timeouts. We got a foul on the floor. That's on number 14, Taylorville, and I believe that is Carter Thomas, and that is his first personal and Taylorville's first personal foul of the night.
You are correct. That is Carter Thomas. I believe I misattributed a bucket to him earlier to Ryan Bates. He is number 14 on the varsity squad, and I also did that once before and misattributed that opening three of the game to Mason Clayton. That was Will Bischenauer's shot. Out to Smitley. Money. Three ball there by Smitley. Smitley's the only junior on this JV team. Everyone else on the roster are freshmen and sophomores. So we have a young JV squad out here tonight for Coach Harpster.
Attack and dish to Carter Thomas on the block. Thomas up and good for two. We are Trojans 11, Tornadoes 8 with 3:42 to go here in the first quarter. Spoonhour across to Landress. Landress to Smitley on the wing. Smitley over to Spoor. Spoor takes it into the middle, attacks. Back to the corner to King. King drives, bobbles it, puts it up. No good. Rebound Taylorville. That rebound goes off to number 10, Jake McConnell. McConnell dribbles up the sideline, and he is called for the offensive foul as Spoor digs his feet in and takes the charge. That's a tough thing to do, to take a charge, and it's something I know coaches work on, but you are sacrificing, your body for the team, and sometimes taking that fall is something that not all athletes are willing to do, but as a coach, I always loved it when my players are willing to step up and take a charge.
Yeah, it just shows the effort, the heart, the passion they've got, how tough they are willing to do something like that. A lot of guys just aren't.
We have 51 Matt Meisner in the game right now for the Trojans as number 10 gets a steal, tries to take it coast to coast, but Smitley contests and blocks the shot, but the ball is out of bounds to the Tornadoes. Corner three, no good. That shot is up from number 32, Will Turvey. Landress dribbles the ball across the timeline. Corner to Spoonhour. Spoonhour up top to Smitley. Wing to Spoor. Spoor dribbles back up top of the key. Passes to the corner out to Landress. Landress fakes, goes to the elbow. Elbow jumper up and good. 2 points for Landress as he gives the Trojans the 13-8 advantage with 2:25 to go here in the first quarter.
Something you'll notice is you'll hear some clapping and things. That's coming from the benches. We've got some fans here in attendance. Not many. We're limited to 50 spectators under COVID mitigations. But you could hear the Taylorville bench cheering on their team. Something that the Trojans have in their favor tonight. This is the first night that the Trojan cheerleaders are in attendance. They are not allowed to do certain things such as chanting, but they are able to come, enjoy the game, and help the team win.
Landers attacks, going down sideline, shot up, no good. Rebound Trojans. That rebound controlled by Thomas. Thomas passes it out to Will Bitchnauer for three, and that is no good.
Going to be a foul after that. We've got Langdon King checking in for Brett Spoor. Charlie Spoonhour takes out and gives it to Grady Smitley, who's going to bring it across the half line here.
Bit of a heat check there for Smitley. He'd hit a couple, and that one was just short, and he potentially got hit on that attempt, but he may have also done a good job of initiating that contact as the offensive player, so no call there by the official. And we do have a foul on the sideline here, and it looks like that is on Meisner, 51 for Charleston. That is Charleston's first team foul of the night, and obviously Meisner's first personal.
Thomas kicks it in.
Clayton with the ball up top, passes it over to Bitchnauer. Thomas puts up the three, and it is too long, no good. Air ball tipped out of bounds by the Tornadoes, so Charleston will maintain possession. Landress inbounds the ball, and we have Spoonhour dribbling across midcourt. He looks to attack. He hits Meisner cutting across the line. Oh, strong move for Meisner, but it is up and no good. And going for a foul as an aggressive play. King gets called for his first personal, which is the Trojans' second team foul.
All right, Clayton brings it across the half line here. Meisner guarding, kicks it over, and it comes right back to him. Three ball no good there. I believe that was by Bitchnauer.
We got an isolation, but Landress gives it up.
Trojans are looking to
Spoonhour
hold
attacks the middle.
Smitley with the turnover. And a foul there on the layup attempt by Bischenauer. It's going to be on Luke Landris. Free throw attempt number 1. 3.5 seconds left in the quarter. No good on the attempt there from Bischenauer, and we'll have number 2 as Brett Spohr comes into the game here for Charlie Spoonhour. Number 2 falls for Bischenauer. King inbounds to Smitley, who kicks at the Spohr for a three-point attempt. No good to end the quarter. 13-9. Trojans lead. 3 fouls apiece.
So, one thing as we wrap up the end of that first quarter that I think is important is, time and score situation. Whenever you have the ability to maintain possession of the basketball and potentially get the last shot, and I think that's something that Trojans were looking for, and they left just too much time on the clock because of that turnover, which led to the transition opportunity for Taylorville, which led to the foul, which allowed them to put the final point of the quarter up on the board and limited that last shot opportunity for the Trojans as we wrapped up that first quarter. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments coaches made now rolling here into the second quarter and how each team reacts to those adjustments. We do have Taylorville coming back out. Looks like they're matched up in a man-to-man. They are. Charleston getting into their man offense. King dribbling across the top. Passes to Miser. Miser over to Spohr. Spohr dribbles across to the top of the key to Landris. Landris fakes. Gives it back to Spohr. Spohr attacks the middle out to Smitley for 3, and it's good. Smitley hits another one. Derek, I could be wrong, but I think that's 3 already for Smitley in terms of threes. I think he's 3 for 4 on the evening, which is obviously a super high percentage. So hopefully Smitley stays hot from behind the arc and the Trojans continue to feed that hot hand.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they got something going for them. They need to keep doing it.
So that was 0. Bischenauer that put up a shot from the baseline for the Taylorville Tornadoes to bring him back within 5. Spohr over to Landris. Landris attacks the middle. Miser moves out. Landris, strong move to the basket. Up and good for the freshman, Luke Landris. We got a foul on the play on 51, Matt Meisner. Spoonhour checks back into the game for Meisner's. That is his second foul, the fourth team foul for the half for the Charleston Trojans.
That is number 22, Jace Bates, coming in for the Tornadoes. Bates is taking the ball out of bounds. He's going to kick it in here. Had me fooled. I thought he was going to Bischenauer. That went to Trevev, and no good on the layup there. And there's a jump ball there. That'll be Tornadoes ball.
Strong move inside by Clayton, and then works hard and fights to get his own offensive rebounds, and then he takes it up. He's between 2 Trojans, gets tied up, but possession arrow goes to Taylorville. Taylorville inbounds the ball to the corner, out to top, back out to the wing. We've got Bischenauer with it now on the wing, across to the other corner. Back out to Clayton. Clayton kind of gets tangled up with his teammate McConnell, but he throws a skip pass all the way across to number 22, Bates.
And foul called. 2 shots coming. I believe that's going to be on Spore.
And the official signaling that potentially with his offhand, he got him on the body. So it looked clean up top, which the official kind of indicated it was, but he's indicating that offhand may have hit him on the way up. First shot no good for Clayton.
Second falls for Clayton. Spoonhauer into Spore. He's going to bring it across the line, throw it to Snitley. Almost intercepted. He recovers and puts in a layup. So by my count, if we're right on our 3 threes, that puts Snitley at 11 of the 20 points for the Trojans.
Oh, and we had a miscue there for the Tornadoes. Not been a lot of turnovers so far here on the evening, but we did have a player going to cut. That was Bitchnauer, and then Bates thought he was still out on the wing, and he just throws it out of bounds. Smitley brings it across the timeline. Passes the ball over to Spoonhauer. Spoonhauer down in the short corner to King. King back out to Spoonhauer. Spoonhauer attacking the middle, dribbles it up to Landrus. Landrus one-handed pass out corner to King. King attacks, stops, pops, bounces, and it is no good. We had a really, really strong box out there by number 32, Will Turvey for the Tornadoes. And Spore just going to make an aggressive play, does go over the back and gets called for the personal. That is 2 for Spore. That foul does put the Taylorville Tornadoes in the bonus on the next foul.
That's 6 on the Trojans.
Rebound Spore. Spore across the middle to Spoonhauer. Spoonhauer attacks, floats up in. 2 points for the Trojans, courtesy of Spoonhauer.
Cutting edge drive there by Spoonhauer. We're going to have a 30-second timeout here by the Tornadoes.
Yeah, coach is probably saying, hey, let's stop this momentum and let's regroup and let's make an adjustment.
All right, so they are going to charge the Taylorville coach for a 30-second timeout, but this will be the 90-second timeout for the media timeout, is what we've been referring to it as, but it's our COVID mask break, according to the guidance from the IHSA for basketball.
First horn here after the officials' timeout for the COVID mask break. It will be Tornado ball at mid-court as we start play here with 4:49 to go in the second quarter. Correction, Taylorville gets the ball out under the Trojans' basket. It's inbounded to number 24, that's Clayton. Clayton dribbles it across the timeline. A screen is set at the top of the key by Bates. It's thrown out to number 10. That's McConnell. McConnell passes it up top to number 22, Bates. Bates sizes up from the top of the key. He attacks. He tries to get the ball down to the low block, but it's intercepted by Spore. Spore passes over to Landrus. Landrus hesitates and attacks with a strong move. 2 more for Landrus as he extends the Trojans' lead 24-12.
Yeah, that's something great about Landers is he has a lot of strong inside moves that he can do, and for a freshman, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's got the ability to stretch the floor, which keeps the defense honest. So they've got to close out. They've got to make sure that they're not giving him too much space because he can't hit that outside shot, which gives him the ability then to put his head down and attack and use his size and quickness to get inside and finish. We got King out with the ball in the corner, passes it up top to Spoonhour. Spoonhour dribbles it straight at the top of the key, back to Landris, back to King in the short corner. King attacks the middle, goes up hard, and he does not finish, but he is fouled, and that foul is on number 32, Will Turvey, and that'll be 2 shots from the foul line for Langdon King.
And we were talking about Landers driving. That's something we've not seen from King tonight is the drive into the basket and go for the layup, which is something that he's done quite a bit. We've got 2 Tornadoes checking into the game. Here we got number 3, Tyler Brown, and number 15, Zane Anthony coming in as King is going to have his second shot here.
Yeah, you know, King, he's a 6-foot freshman, and he's got some length for a freshman, and he's athletically built, and he uses his frame really well to get inside right there and almost converts the three-point play, but he does knock down that free throw. So good help defense there by Spoonhour, stopping that drive. Trojans are in the man-to-man. They pass the ball down to the block. And we got another turnover for the Taylorville Tornadoes as the ref's going to indicate that number 24, Miles Clayton, drug his pivot foot.
Landers brings it across the timeline here, signals the score for a screen. Kicks it over to King, and we're going to get a block call here.
Yeah, you can tell King had some confidence going in from that last possession for the Trojans, and he got the ball in that short corner, and he was looking to attack and whistled for the personal, which is his second personal, was number 22, Bates.
That's number 5 for the Tornadoes here. We could be in the bonus for both teams shortly.
Sporer sticks with it, kicks it out to King. It's bobbled, but it is pushed out of bounds by number 24. Last touch by 24, Clayton. Tornadoes, so the ball stays with the Trojans. Inbound is Sporer, kicks it out to the top to Smitley. Smitley over to Spoonhour. Spoonhour now out to Landris. Stretches for 3, and it's good. 3 points, Landris, as the Trojans go up 29-12. with 2:55 to go here in the second quarter at Baker Gymnasium.
That's a shot they just can't give Landers. He's going to put that one down every single time.
Aggressive move there by the Tornadoes, and that was number 24, Clayton, but the shot was no good. We've got the ball now to King for the Trojans, and he travels with it, so turnover Trojans, ball out of bounds out under Tornadoes. Clayton with the ball, dribbles it across to the timeline. Taylorville works the ball around the perimeter. That was number 3, Tyler Brown, has been in the game here for the Tornadoes, and we have a tie-up, and possession arrow favors the Charleston Trojans. So, Sporer to inbound to Landris with 2:01 to go here in the second quarter.
Landers lets it roll. Give us a little extra time here. Kicks it over the Sporer out to Spoonhour. Spoonhour brings it across the top of the key. That's going to be called on a double dribble.
Yeah, so Spoonhour was looking to pass, but we had a cut, so a little bit of a miscue there. He tried to keep his hand on top of the ball, but the ref definitely got him for the carry. Oh, but he makes up for it.
Take it in for a layup. No good. Sporer comes up with the board after being touched by several people and puts a strong layup in.
31-12, Trojans lead with 1:30 to go here in the second quarter. Clayton with the ball out top for the Tornadoes. Strong move to the basket, and he does not convert, but he is fouled, which will give Clayton 2 shots for the Taylorville Tornadoes. We've got a few players checking into the game here for Taylorville. Looks like we're going to go 4 players checking in here after this first free throw.
And I like that strategy, Aaron. I think it's a great idea to get those starters just a little bit longer of a break here, before they come back in on their third quarter.
Yeah, we've got checking into the game number 12, Ryan Johnson. We've got, looks like number 40, that's Cameron White, and then number 44, Judd Bates, along with number 15, Zane Anthony, all checking into the game for the Tornadoes. And now the sub does come in for the shooter, so that's number 30 checking into the game, and that is a Tristan Anderson. In the game for the first time for the Charleston Trojans, we do have number 0, Cameron Dunklin.
We also have Parker Pounds came in on that free throw attempt as well, number 41.
Dunklin with the ball up top to Smitley. Smitley spots the 3, no good. Rebound Dunklin. Dunklin fires it out to Pounds, back up top to Smitley. Smitley takes a dribble off to the wing to Dunklin. Dunklin dribbles it across the top over to Spoor on the left wing. Spoor looking for a screen, doesn't take the screen by Pounds. Dunklin with a strong move attacking the baseline, but he is blocked, but the ball goes out of bounds to the Trojans. Spoor takes the ball out. Charleston sets up in the box for the out under. Up top to Landris. Landris waits. He takes the screen from Pounds. Hesitates. Finds Spoor. And the shot is no good. But there is a foul. And the ref is saying that the shot is on the floor. But that does put Charleston in the bonus for the very next foul. So if the Tornadoes commit another foul in the next 34.9, Charleston's going to get some free throws. Up top to Dunklin on the inbound. Dunklin attacks. Ooh, and it just rims in and out. Rebound to number 15, and that is Anthony, but it's off his hands. And the ball goes off of the Tornadoes, so Trojans will maintain possession with 30.1 to go. Coach Harpster says, hey, let's draw something up. And I'm hoping here, Derek, that we're thinking about a time and score situation, and I'm interested to see what the Trojans do coming out of this timeout. Leading 31-14 with 30.1 to go here in the first half. It's an opportunity to extend that lead if they manage this next possession, at least not let the lead get chipped into.
Absolutely, and with the time to draw up a play here, Coach Harpster's got something in mind. He's a cutting-edge play caller. He's gonna have something for him. I agree. If I'm Coach Harpster, I'm looking at a one-shot deal here, but he could be maybe looking for a quick one and hoping for a turnover. They've still got 30 seconds. There's enough time for that to happen as well.
Yeah, it's not like it's a live or die time and score situation if you had a quick hitter out under, which they didn't have because they were slow out of the timeout. But now they do hit Smitley on the wing with a shot, and it's no good. So now we've got a possession opportunity potentially for the Tornadoes, but Landris fights for it in the backcourt. He gets a steal. The ball was bobbled, passed over to Smitley as he cut to that block, and he is fouled. So Smitley is going to have 2 free throw attempts here with 14.8 to go in the first half. So I don't know that was the shot they wanted, but it's also not a bad shot. You're up 17, and Smitley's hit some. So we take it. Taylorville gets possession, but we get the ball back, and Smitley does connect on the front end of that first free throw.
Yes, sir. We got 2 Trojans checking into the game here for the last 14.8 of the first half. We've got Gavin Drake, number 10 there, and David Triplett, number 52.
Second free throw up and good by Smitley. Inbound to the Tornadoes. We have number 30, Tristan Anderson dribbles it across.
Last night, Triplett's sister Alicia had a great game against the Tornadoes. I'm sure he's hoping to replicate some of that. No good for a final shot there by Taylorville as we go to halftime here in our JV contest. Trojans 33, Tornadoes 14. We'll take a quick break and we will be back. We'll get you a scoring update here, and we'll come back a little bit later here during the halftime period. This is just a test of our system here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at Baker Gymnasium at Charleston High School. The teams are here waiting. We have Principal Aaron Locke and varsity coach Brad Oakley fixing an equipment malfunction. So as soon as they finish with that, we will be back in the action here. Hey, it's Derek Zaruzin, and we are back in action here at Baker Gymnasium. First possession of the half goes to the Tornadoes, who lose it with a steal there by Smitley. Quick scoring recap from the first half. Will Bitchenauer led the Tornadoes with 6. Carter Thomas, number 14, had 5, and Miles Clayton had 3 for the Tornadoes. On the Trojan side of things, Spoonhauer had 5, Smitley with 13, Spoor with 2, Landers with 11, and 2 from Langdon King, as we have a travel call here on the Tornadoes.
So now we got Taylorville set up, it looks like, in a potential 1-2-2 full court press. Charleston running their press offense, gets the ball in the middle of the Spoor. Over to Smitley, Landers back out to Spoonhauer, over to Smitley on the wing, shot up, 3, no good, but he's fouled. So we have a 3-point attempt coming, 3 free throws for Grady Smitley. And now the official is going to say that he was no longer in any active shooting, and the foul is actually after the shot. Smitley himself surprised, as is other folks here within the gym. We have Landrus, fires it across to Spoonhauer, 3-pointer from the corner, up and good. And another Taylorville turnover as Clayton goes to pass it to the corner, and it's off the hands of number 32, Will Turvey. Spoor attacking the left side, over to Spoonhauer. Spoor sets the screen, Spoonhauer breaks the pressure. A near turnover as he's working to try to get it to Smitley in the corner, but the possession arrow and the ball are both going to remain with the Charleston Trojans. Spoor inbounds out to Spoonhauer. He establishes both points of contact across the midline, but he now turns it over. Taylorville attacks. Number 10. That is Jake McConnell with a strong move in the lane, and he does draw the foul. We have 2 shots coming for McConnell. And it appeared that we did have a player that was set, but then Maya started to leave his feet as McConnell entered the lane. So didn't sell that potential charge opportunity, and if there was a restricted area, there definitely would have been the situation right there is Charleston players almost right under the basket, and he does move right at the last second. McConnell does not connect on the first one, but he does connect on the second foul. Now we have King. Passes it over to Landrus to Smitley, Smitley to Spoonhauer. Spoonhauer, 3-point attempt up and good. That is 2 in a row for Spoonhauer.
We are back here. We had a bit of an equipment discussion here. We're back. Taylorville drives, no good. Brett Spoor with the board. Out to Landris. Tornadoes here going to clear the floor. Bring in 5 subs. After the foul there from Clayton. Spoor slides into the bleachers, gets right up. He's good to go. Spoor inbounds to Smitley. Back across the half line to Spoor. Over to Landris on the corner. Landris going to take it himself. Kicks it out to Spoonhauer in the corner. Ooh, a little bit long there.
Bit of a heat check there for Spoonhauer as he had hit the 2 right before that, and that one is a little bit long like Derek indicated. King strips the ball, forces a turnover. Landris dribbles it across the half line to Spoor. Spoor gets pushed as he tries to get the ball to the opposite block. And Spoonhauer is going to take it out under for the Trojans. We've got Cameron Dunklin checking back into the game for the Charleston Trojans as Spoor heads to the bench to take a breather, and Coach Harpster nods his head and says, let's talk about it.
Foul there was on Cameron White, number 40 for the Tornadoes. Langdon King gets the rebound there after the 3 ball there from Landris couldn't land. Landris drives, kicks it back out to Spoonhauer. It was no good for 3, but King gets the offensive rebound. Gonna have a foul call here.
Dunklin takes the ball. He dribbles it across the timeline after the inbounds over to Landris up top. Landris out to Spoonhauer. Spoonhauer for 3. That 3-point attempt is short. We do have a rebound to the Trojans as the officials signal the COVID administrative timeout. Like Derek indicated, this is the first contest of the year where our CHS cheer team is in attendance this evening, and they are going to be cheering both games this evening. The JV contest, we have a group of primarily underclass cheerleaders that are going to cheer, and then during the varsity contest, a group consisting primarily of the upper class CHS cheer team will be cheering at whatever capacity they are allowed to cheer due to COVID restrictions. Spoonhauer takes the ball out under. He passes the middle to Landris. Landris' shot is blocked, but the rebound is fought for by Dunklin, and number 22 from the Taylorville Tornadoes, Jace Bates. And the possession arrow favors the Trojans after the tie-up. Trojans run the out under. King cuts underneath, shot up and good, extending the Trojans lead now to 30, 45-15 with 4:25 to go here in the third quarter. Tornadoes dribble the ball across the timeline. Up top, we have number 22, Bates. And now out to 3, Tyler Brown. Brown back over to Bates on the wing. Passes the ball to a cutting number 12, Jake McConnell, but the ball is stripped as he goes up, and Trojans have possession. Landris attacks from the top, out to King, over to Smitley, back to Smitley, over to Landris. Landris skip pass to Dunklin. Dunklin attacks from the corner. Spoonhauer skip pass to King. King skip pass to Dunklin. Dunklin back up top Now up top to Landris. Landris tip, attacks. A long layup from the mid-post with one hand, and it's up and good. 2 more points on the night for Landris. Tornadoes working against the man-to-man. And Judd Bates in the game for the Tornadoes. Number 22 attacks. No good, but rebound by number 12. And that is Johnson, and his shot is up, no good. Landris, possession for the Charleston Trojans. Landris dribbles it across to the top of the key. Over to King. King attacks hard, and he is fouled. That foul is on the shot, so we have 2 free throws coming for the freshman Langdon King. We have, looks like 5 Trojans checking into the game now. First shot up, no good for King. Coming into the game, we have Spore coming back out. We also have Pounds. In the game, looks like for the first time, we have number 10, Gavin Drake, and then number 11, Lewis LeBron. King's second free throw up, no good. Rebound, LeBron. LeBron gets tied up by 12. Ryan Johnson, possession arrow now goes to the Taylorville Tornadoes. King now out of the game, and in the game for King is Triplett. Taylorville working the ball from the top. Bates down low. Shot up by number 12 for the Taylorville Tornadoes. That's Ryan Johnson, and he is good from right underneath the basket. 2 more for the Tornadoes, bringing them now back within 30, 17-47 in favor of the Charleston Trojans. Shot up no good, but a strong rebound by Triplett. Triplett, as he gets ready to go up, gets tied up. Possession arrow now, Charleston Trojans. 2:11 to go here in the third quarter at Baker Gymnasium. Spore inbounding the ball for the Trojans. Inbounds to Pounds. Pounds out to Drake. Drake dribbles to the short corner, back out to Pounds. Pounds up top to LeBron. LeBron attacks from the wing. Floater, no good. And we have a rebound. It's a loose ball, fought for, grabbed by Bates. Rebound Bates as Taylorville brings it back across the timeline. We have a strong attack from number 3, Tyler Brown, as he kicks it back up to Bates in the mid-post. Bates is fouled as he goes up by Triplett, which is going to give Judd Bates 2 free throw attempts here for the Taylorville Tornadoes with 1:48 to go here in the first quarter. Third quarter.
There it is.
Third quarter.
Third quarter. First shot is good. Now we have the second shot. That's the one that follows the first shot. Just like the third quarter follows the second quarter.
Yep. All their numbers one of these days. Shot up, no good as it rims out. Triplett, strong rebound. Finds Drake. Drake dribbles it across the left side. Passes over to Triplett. Triplett to LeBron. LeBron across the middle. Might have been some contact, but no call.
Tries to make up for it with a steal there. No good.
Turnover on the Taylorville Tornadoes. Ball out under Trojans. Drake inbounding the ball. Brett Spore dribbles the ball up across midcourt. Brother to Corey Spore, one of our seniors here for the Charleston Trojan varsity boys basketball team, will be in action immediately following this JV contest. Corey's had a good career here at CHS, a multi-sport athlete, and had an injury that occurred his junior year prior to basketball season, forcing him to miss the entire season, and we're certainly happy to have Corey back out playing for the Charleston Trojans this year. With the seasons being moved around in such a unique fashion, it's going to give him the opportunity to participate in football after basketball season later this spring. And now his brother, Brett, is fouled as he gets ready to shoot the first of 2 free throws. Shot up good.
Here comes the second for Spoor. And it is good as well. And that's something about Brett Spoor that's kind of fun to watch. You watch some varsity games and some JV games, you will see that Corey and Brett have a very similar playing style, just in some of their mannerisms on the court and the way they move.
Yeah, they definitely both bring some intensity to the game, and they play hard. You know, I remember watching Corey even as a sophomore and how hard he played in those varsity contests as a sophomore, and he's got a motor, and Brett also brings that same motor. You know, this young Trojans group that we have has got some depth, and we do have a couple kids that are out with injuries, but there's some talent within this underclass group, and the future does look bright for Charleston Trojan boys basketball. Spoor at the free throw line again, shot up good, brings the total for the Trojans now to 50. 50 to 18, Trojans lead with 25 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Bates comes back in for Taylorville as Spoor takes a second, which is also good. Yeah, and you were talking about this underclass group, but there's some serious raw athleticism in this group as well. We've got several people that are just excellent athletes.
Yeah, got some length. You know, I definitely wouldn't say that they've got a lot of size. You know, they're
right.
Got a lot of players that are that 3-4 type player, that guard/forward. You know, we don't have the big post player to work around, but Coach Oakley likes to, you know, spread the floor and likes to shoot the ball from the perimeter, so that group will fit in well to the system that he's implemented here at Charleston High School. Right there before the end of the third quarter, Triplett attempts to put up a shot, and it's no good. As we head to the fourth quarter, it is Charleston Trojans 51, Taylorville Tornadoes 18. I did get confirmation, and if the Trojans do hang on for the fourth quarter and are victorious today, like Derek indicated at the beginning of the play-by-play, this will be win number 450 for the career of Randy Harpster. And Coach Harpster is willing to come up and do a brief interview for the post-game.
I'm very excited for that.
If you know Coach Harpster, he's a man of few words, so it will be a struggle to get any comments out of Coach Harpster. But in all seriousness, you know, Randy's someone that has dedicated his life to Charleston area athletics and has been an advocate for the Charleston community. And one thing that I really like and respect about Coach Harpster, you hardly ever hear anything negative come out of his mouth in terms of just life. The guy has a super positive attitude, but at the same time, as a coach, he has high expectations. He holds his athletes accountable, and he forces them to play hard. And he still coaches with some fire and with some intensity. So we're very fortunate to have Coach Harpster as part of the program here at Charleston High School.
Absolutely, Aaron. He's one of the nicest guys you'd ever want to meet, and an excellent coach to boot, as you were saying.
Towns with the ball now on the wing. He's stripped by number 22 for the Tornadoes, Jace Bates, and he hits the ball off of Pound's knee, so ball goes to the Tornadoes. Taylorville dribbles the ball across midcourt, over to Bates. Bates passes it over to 25. Albright. Albright fakes, attacks. Down to Judd Bates. Back up to 22, Jace Bates. Jace attacks, and he is fouled, but it is before the shot, so the ball will be out under for the Taylorville Tornadoes.
As we're going out of bounds here, I'd just like to remind everyone that after the Coach Harpster interview, after this game, this live stream will end. You'll have to go to a different live stream for the varsity game. That's how all of our games have been, so it's a process we should be familiar with, but I still like to remind everyone.
And the Taylorville Tornadoes work the ball quickly up across the court, and that is a bucket for number 40, Cameron White. Smitley now down in the corner to LeBron. LeBron back up top to Triplett. Triplett eyeballs the three, puts it up, no good. Pounds, rebound underneath. Back out to LeBron in the corner. LeBron attacks. He throws it across. He's looking for Drake, but his pass goes over his head and out of bounds. Turnover on the Trojans' ball, Taylorville. Now that is Jace Bates. Hits from the top of the key for the Taylorville Tornadoes, and the coach is calling for a timeout, and he's wanting to get a couple subs in. Coaches are going to take the timeout. Both teams add a few players. Triplett leaves the floor for the Trojans, and Cameron Dunklin comes out onto the court. Dunklin brings the ball across midcourt for the Charleston Trojans. He passes it over to Smitley. Smitley between the legs. Back up top, over to Drake. Drake fakes, attacks, out to Pounds in the corner, back up top to Smitley. Smitley, shot from the wing inside the three-point line, no good, but rebound Cameron Duncan. Ball stays with the Trojans. Smitley up top, looks to attack, one-handed pass to Duncan. Duncan eyes the shot, he attacks. Basket is up and good with the potential and one for Cameron Duncan.
And that's the second time that Dunklin has had the entire lane open when he's got the ball at the top of the key. That happened on the other side. Without this much time left in the first half, he was able to do a very similar play. I don't believe that bucket was good, though. He also was not fouled.
And Dunklin does convert on the three-point play, so he gets the and one. He banks it in, and I'm guessing he didn't call it. But the good news is it counts for one for the Trojans either way. On the opposite end now, Taylorville attacks the ball out underneath, and we have a foul. And the foul will bring number 30, which is a 5'10 freshman, Tristan Anderson, to the line for the Taylorville Tornadoes. In the meantime, the official signals for the administrative COVID-related mass break timeout, and we'll be back in 90. We'd like to continue to welcome all of those that are viewing our live stream via YouTube. And as another reminder, our varsity contest will be live streamed immediately following the JV contest after the warm-up, and that will be on a separate stream. So you will have to click on the varsity stream versus the Taylorville Tornadoes. The first shot was up and no good. The second shot is up and it's also no good. Long rebound out to Drake. Drake over to Smitley. Smitley dribbles the ball across half court, back out to Drake. Drake fakes, attacks, had the lane, but pulls it back out to LeBron. LeBron up to Dunklin. Dunklin attacks from the top, back out to LeBron. LeBron attacks the middle, loses it, tries to maintain possession, but the ball ends up in the hands of Tyler Brown. Brown attacks, he loses the ball. Ball's loose again, and it is corralled and picked up by number 44, Cameron White. Taylorville settles it down. We had a Bates to Bates, and Jace Bates puts up the three, but it's no good. LeBron brings it across the timeline for the Charleston Trojans. Drake with the ball out top. Dunklin attacks, he's stripped, but the ball goes out of bounds, and it is last touched by Charleston, so Taylorville will take possession. Couple of players checking in for the Charleston Trojans. Langdon King back in the game, and we have Triplett back in the game as well. Shot up, no good. Rebound, King. King with a head of steam takes it from one end to the other. He's stripped, but the ball's out to Dunklin. Drake spots up three from the wing, no good. But rebound, David Triplett. Triplett fakes, goes in, puts it up, rims out. Pounds goes up for the rebound, but they're going to say he goes over the back of Bates. So that is 5 team fouls for the half on the Charleston Trojans. Taylorville brings the ball up court. As number 3, Tyler Brown. Brown over to the wing, that's Bates. Judd Bates attacks, and they're going to say that there is a blocking foul on Pounds for the Trojans. So that is 6 team fouls for the Charleston Trojans, but ball will be out under Taylorville with 2:11 in a running clock fourth quarter here at Baker Gymnasium.
We got LeBron checking in for Gavin Drake. Taylorville's going to take the ball out. Triplett guarding well, and they get it inbounded here. Official signaling will be 1-1 both ways on any fouls here. LeBron can't come up with the rebound. Tornadoes ball, and he's going to be fouled going back up. We're going to have 2 shots here.
And that's Bates going to the free throw line for the Taylorville Tornadoes, and Pounds picks up the personal as he goes to contest, but he gets called for the foul. Shot was no good, so we've got 2 shots coming. First shot up and good by Bates. You can hear the pom-poms going back and forth together for the CHS cheer team. That's one of the few things they can do. And the shot is no good, but the rebound is tipped out of bounds by Triplett for the Trojans. So Taylorville maintains possession with just under a minute to go here in the fourth quarter of our JV contest. Inbound, that's a 3-point attempt, shot up, no good, and that 3 was from Tyler Brown, and the rebound is fought for, tipped out again off the Charleston Trojans, so Taylorville gets another shot at another chance to score here before the end of regulation.
As the clock winds down, we're in running clock here. We are at 30 seconds left in this game. 30-point lead by the Trojans, 54-24. Looking here very shortly to Coach Randy Harpster's 450th win as a coach. 20 seconds now. 3-point attempt, no good by number 3 for the Tornadoes. Goes back up, number 22. We're going to have a foul and 2 shots coming up. Foul is on 11, LeBron. 2 shots, and this is going to bring our game to a close.
First shot up and good, and that is for Jace Bates. Second shot up, also good. Trojans inbound the ball, and this will be it for the contest. Charleston Trojans victorious with a score of 54-26 over the Taylorville Tornadoes.
All right, congratulations, Trojans. What a game. We'll be back shortly with a quick interview with Coach Randy Harpster.
and we were able to track Coach Harpster down even before he goes to the locker room, so we'll keep this interview brief. We're going to ask him to put the headset on here and take a microphone, and I'm going to interview Coach Harpster here for his 450th win here for Charleston basketball. So, Coach Harpster, this is something that you said you didn't even know that I was aware of, and you're not wanting any credit, but I will tell you, the community of Charleston obviously is very thankful for the service and dedication that you put in over the number of years that you've been a coach here in the Charleston community. Coach, how many years have you been a coach here in Charleston?
This is my 33rd year. 33rd year.
33 years as a coach, and obviously spent a great deal of that time at Charleston Middle School. And, you have always had some intensity, some fire, some passion as a coach. And I can speak to that firsthand because when I was coaching down in Salem at the middle school level, Coach Harpster and I coached against one another from time to time, and it was always a ton of fun to come up and play Charleston and coach with Randy Harpster. And like Mr. Zeruzin indicated, there's not a better guy. So the coaching that he's done over the years is phenomenal, but the person's even a better person. So, Coach Harpster, any thoughts or commentary before we send you back to the locker room on that 450th win?
Well, thank you so much for the kind comments, but I remember coaching against you in the first 2 or 3 years I coached against you. All you did was beat me. So, nice to hear that from somebody that's been as good a coach as you've been over the years. Thank you. Well, and a lot of it is, guys, I've had phenomenal talent, and I've worked with great coaches. I've had great assistants. I've had some great role models in the coaching, and the coaches that I played for were all phenomenal. And they've given me no choice but to work hard and care about my players, and it's all about the kids. And I'll tell you what, they've played some great basketball over the years, and it's been a great life to be able to watch these kids play and develop and grow, and as not only as basketball players, but in life.
And that's amazing to hear, students and student athletes first. And, congratulations, Coach Harpster, Hall of Fame, Illinois Basketball Coaches Association Hall of Fame. Now 450 wins for Coach Randy Harpster. Thank you again for your service to the community of Charleston and all you've done for Charleston athletics and the players and teams that you have coached.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Coach. Go be with your team.
Thanks again, Coach. All right, with that, I'm Derek Zeruzin, he's Aaron Locke, and we are out of time. We'll be back with you for varsity boys action here from Baker Gymnasium. And amateur hour's over. We're going to have Rob Calhoun and Jack Ashmore calling this game both on the radio and on our YouTube live stream. So once again, as always, you'll have to switch over to the varsity live stream, but then we will be gone. You'll have Rob Calhoun and Jack Ashmore calling the action for you. Thank you.